End Time Watchman back, still on the same agenda. That's just the way it goes with me. I just, you know, and there's in survival or anything, I could go all night long. I mean, I can make videos, 12 hours long, but I get limited on my time, and 10 minutes, and I try to limit it and move on to different things. But I'm not leaving this. Y'all bear with me. The liberal, the communist, the liberal despises national sovereignty. You know why? Because it is the best protection of individual freedoms. The best protection of individual freedoms is found in decentralized governments, not social communist dictatorships, you see. Watch. The liberal promotes growth of multinational and international governments such as European Union, United Nations, because these organizations advance the cause of socialism and communism and liberalism and seek to destroy the very individualism that is best protected by sovereign states. You see. The liberal fears and cringes at any hint of individualism in any part of the world, and is obsessed with the centralized control of all human activity and thought, and the list goes on, and thus the liberal constantly seeks to control all forms of media. The communist, liberal, socialist agenda seeks to control every form and every fashion of what you look at as truth. And if every station's feeding it to you as truth, and you're watching it all the time, you're going to eventually, when it goes over and over, it's like training a horse over and over in your mind, you're going to finally believe, well, that has got to be the truth, because all three networks and all this is saying it. See? The liberal cringes at the internet and at the YouTubers and at the guns and at all the the right of sovereignty in a home. They cringe at that. They can't stand that. See, liberals, they often speak of tolerance, but they only tolerate liberals and liberal and communist ideas. They have. Oh yes, we want freedom. We want freedom of this. And I have, sometimes I watch very seldom. Now today, and you may say that I ain't a Christian for watching this, but today I sat back while the rest of the videos were uploading. I'm fixing to preach videos from 6 to 9, and I watched Death Wish 1 and 2, parts of it, Charles Bronson. And I don't watch TV much. I really don't. But that movie showed the very things, and it's kind of like it was prophetic in a way. It showed the very things that the cops could not handle. They couldn't find the guys that had killed his wife. They couldn't find the thugs that had raped his daughter, and she finally jumped out the window and killed herself. They raped her over and over. They raped his maid over and over. And so Charles Bronson, he just and I know it's a movie, he just took things into his own hands. He did not give the description of them, because he knew that they would probably get a better meal and a better TV in prison than you and I have in our homes. He'd have more rights than we got. So he took it on his own, and he popped the cap in them. He found them, and he popped the cap in them. And I thought, you know what? 1800s, 1900s, early ones, people did that, and they were considered heroes. When somebody raped their daughter, or that they were considered heroes if they went and took out the justice. But now today, if you go take out justice, you're considered an enemy of the state. You're considered an enemy of the liberal and the communist manifesto of America. Well, I want to make something real clear. I want you to hear me, because I'm going to make this real slow and real clear. If you ever see one of my daughters and you think that you want to have your way with her, and she didn't submit to you, and you rape her, let me get real straight to the point here, my friends. And God asks in the Bible, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you rape my daughter or you rape my wife, I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to kill your ass like a rabid dog. You see. I'm not going to wait, and I'm not going to rest for this system that's corrupt to deal with you. A rape gets 4 to 5, 10 years. I'm going to put you and remove you from the face of this earth. That's what I'm going to do if you touch one of my children or my wife, you see. But, and I said all that to say this, people. Listen to me, subscribers. Hear me out for you. Unsubscribe or move on. Okay? You can't say that I'm wrong in bringing justice. Well, you're a vigilante. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you, I protect my kids and my wife, and I do everything in my power to protect them and promote and say, don't do this, don't go up there, don't do that, don't do this. You know? My wife never leaves home without a weapon or two. Her and the kids go to town, she's packing .org, baby. She has the license. But without the license, she's still going to pack. I don't go nowhere without packing. Well, are you afraid? No. I'm concerned with the liberal and communist agenda that promotes that the rapist and the thug and the abortionist and all the list goes on and on and on can have their way, but we can't defend our family. I can, and I will, you see. It doesn't make a rat's behind to me what laws you pass that say I can't do this and can't do that and protect my family. I'm going to protect them. It's that simple. I mean, in a nutshell, I don't give a rat's behind about your law that says I can't defend my family. I don't care. Okay? And there are a lot of Americans out there that I am trying to spur. They want to believe it and they want to stand up and say it, but they just can't do it, and I'm just doing it for you. You see? Let's move on. Liberals speak often of tolerance, but they tolerate liberal and communist and socialist ideals. They do not tolerate ours. You see, they say they do, but they don't. The liberal seeks to criminalize any speech that promotes morality, individualism, and they call it hate speech. That's why I made that about Sheila Jackson Lee, Democrat from Texas, the other day. I'm telling you right now, people, this nation's in trouble. We see liberal judges, liberal courts outlawing the Bible, outlawing guns, gutting free speech provisions of the First Amendment and Constitution. Liberal judges are now declaring the Bible's proscriptions against homosexuality are illegal, and they're called hate speech. Scripture is now in the process of being outlawed from any appearance of public discourse in the public square. I'm telling you the truth. The liberals' only method of debate is to appeal to the emotions of uneducated and illogical idiots. They didn't write this, but I'm going to put it in there. They appeal to the idiot. Because the liberal and the communist makes the idiot feel like they're somebody. See? The idiot that don't work for a living, the idiot that don't feel that they should have an individual responsibility to protect themselves, their home, their property, and their family. You see? And they appeal to those people that think that centralized government and the manifesto of the communist and socialist and liberal is the circle that can't be unbroken, that we should be in that circle and we should bow down and adapt to that garbage. I'm not going to do it. I pray God in heaven you won't do it. See? Because you signed your death warrant when you do it. Because when they're through with you and they get through with using you as a voter and as a promoter of that liberal communist manifesto, the very thing that you fell into, that manifesto of liberalism and communism, is the very thing that's going to be the one that kills you. It will destroy you. But you don't know it yet. But I'm trying to tell you, as the end time watchman, and I'll be back.